Halloween. Hi, I'm Gaz. I make videos about lots of different things, and in today's video I'm going to tell you all about my 5 favourite horror movies of all time, continuing my spooky season. So stay tuned to the latest episode of the G-Log.
Meet radio and television personality Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records and Great Drive Driving School. Like, comment and subscribe to be part of the journey. This is Gaz Reynolds, the G-Log.
The G-Log album is now on sale worldwide. Get your copy now. Available at YouTube Music, Spotify and all major outlets around the world. Links in the description below. Welcome to another exciting episode of the G-Log. I think I've been possessed. As it's Halloween, I thought I'd tell you about my 5 favourite horror movies of all time. Unfortunately, I don't feel they make horror movies like they used to, and maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned, but I think years back the stories were better and the direction were better. You'll see what I mean when I mention the 5 movies that I've got on my list. So let's jump into the video. So at number 5 is Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Now, of course, there were sequels to Psycho, and actually, in fairness, I think all of them were pretty good. There were subsequent spin-offs as well, which I haven't actually seen, so I can't really comment on. But the original movie, shot in black and white, absolutely amazing. It's just one of those classics, and I'm sure most horror fans will agree with me. So that's definitely number 5 on my list. Number 4 is John Carpenter's The Fog. Now, there was a remake of The Fog which was okay, but it wasn't anything like John Carpenter's original version, and in some ways I kind of thought, well, what was the point in remaking such a great classic horror movie? So that's definitely up there, and I've watched that movie so many times it really still gives me the ooh. Number 3 is the original Halloween. Now, that movie, fantastic. It's still one of those classic horror films which I can watch over and over again and still feel quite scared. There has been many sequels to it. In fact, there's a new one out at the moment. I can't comment on that one because I haven't seen it, but I've heard there's mixed reviews about it. But there's bound to be, because they're going to compare it to the first one. However, I have seen Halloween H2O, which I thought was a pretty good sequel. Other sequels off of Halloween I don't think were so great, but definitely Halloween, an absolute classic. Number 4 on my list is Fright Night. Now, it's one of my all-time favourite horror movies, and it starred Roddy McDowall. Now, he did make a sequel to it, which I thought was pretty good as well. There was a remake of Fright Night, and I believe there was 2 others after that, which I haven't seen. The remake, it was okay, but it just didn't have the essence of the original Roddy McDowall films. And if you haven't seen Fright Night, the original movie, I would definitely recommend checking it out, because it is an all-time classic, and it really is quite gives you that kind of. Number 1 on my list is Salem's Lot. Now, there was a remake of Salem's Lot which really wasn't up to scratch at all, but the original Salem's Lot, to this day, I think is incredibly scary and really well directed. The vampire looks absolutely amazing. David Soul stars in the movie, and James Mason's in it as well. Now, David Soul, I think, was a very underrated actor, and I think he could have gone on to have a great movie career, but unfortunately just didn't get the opportunities. But he was amazing in Salem's Lot, and that is one of those films that just totally does it for me and just gives me the total So there you go, there's my 5 favourite horror movies of all time. Hopefully you don't think I'm too crazy or too spooky or too weird. But it is Halloween, of course, and so we have to expect a little bit of spooky, weird and, well, craziness really. Today's positive shout out goes to Emily Muster. So there you go, Emily, you've had your positive shout out. If any of my viewers would like a positive shout out, please leave your comments down below, or you can send me an email. If you've enjoyed this video, or if you've got any favourite horror movies that you want to tell me about, share them down in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear from you. That's the end of today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.
Hi mortals, I'm Jesus. You can now purchase Gaz Reynolds Presents The G-Log, Album Volume 1 from Apple Music, Spotify, and all major outlets around the world. Includes the massive hits Electronic Kama Sutra, I Only Hear You, and Dark Lady. This is one heavenly experience you won't forget. By the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can watch every episode of the G-Log religiously.
Out now, Gaz Reynolds' new album, The Wedding Album, as featured on Big Review TV and Radio Harrow. Available at iTunes and all major outlets worldwide.